Hi everyone, it's Jeanette from Jewelry by Jeanette, and welcome to Explain It to Me Like I'm 50. This is episode 2, and today we're going to talk about stretch cord. Now, before we get started, you do not have to be 50 or older to watch this video or enjoy this video or learn something from this video. This series is something that I'm doing to explain some of the basics, some of the foundational concepts and techniques of jewelry making, and it's just simplified and easy to understand, bite-sized pieces. I know the first episode was a little bit longer, but there was more to explain. But in this episode, we're going to look at some stretch cord. And we use stretch cord to make, for the most part, stretch bracelets. And you'll notice that this bracelet is made with some very small Swarovski crystal beads. And because these beads are so small, they have very small holes. This bracelet, also a stretch bracelet, was made with some vintage check glass beads, and generally check glass beads tend to have larger holes. Like these here, you can see these holes are relatively large, especially in comparison with the Swarovski crystals. So that's going to determine the size of the stretch cord that we use. Now, stretch cord comes in at least 3 sizes that I know of. Make that 4. 0.5, it comes in a 0.7, a 0.8, and a 1, all measured in millimeters. And the higher the number, the thicker the cord is. There might also be a 0.3, I'm not sure. But the thinnest I've ever used is 0.5, so that's pretty thin. And that's what I used again for the Swarovski crystal beads. So that's pretty thin. 0.7 is the next size up. This one is 0.8, which is really close to the 0.7, but I can feel that it is noticeably thicker. Right, so there's the 0.7 and this is the 0.8. And then there is a 1.0 millimeter. And the 0.8 is the one that I used for this bracelet here. Now, when you're using stretch cord, it's called cord, but it's really an elastic. You do want to make sure, let me grab a piece that I already have cut. Okay. When you're using it, you of course want to make sure that you cut a piece longer than the actual size you'll need. So if I'm making a 7-inch stretch bracelet, I want to make sure I have at least 12 inches of stretch cord. You want to pre-stretch your stretch cord before actually using it. That prevents or minimizes the amount of sagging that will happen over time. If you've ever had a stretch bracelet start to sag on you, it's probably because the person who made it did not pre-stretch the cord. So you always want to do that. And you want to use the size that is going to fill up most of the hole in the bead. And the reason you want to do that is the more room the beads have to wiggle around and move around on that cord, the more friction is caused. And that's what's going to contribute to the wear and tear on a stretch bracelet. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I would never use really, really expensive beads on a stretch bracelet, because over time, these cords, they are going to dry out, they're going to break down, and you run the risk of them snapping. But I've got to say that this bracelet right here, I've restrung this, but I only restrung it because I was worried that it was going to break. It did not show any signs of wear and tear, and I wore this bracelet for many years. I can't even tell you how old it is, how long ago I made it, but it was still going strong. And even when I cut it apart and restrung it, there was hardly any yellowing at all on the cord. So, you do want to get a quality cord. I always check the ratings before I buy anything, especially elastic, because you see how this is pretty good color so far. This has it's not really a yellow cast to it. I think it's my lighting, because when you look at it on the white, you can hardly see it. See that? So that's how I know that this is really not a yellowing kind of cord there. So that's it about stretch cord and stretch elastic. And I really do appreciate your joining me today. I hope I've been clear. I hope this clears up some of the questions that you may have about stretch cord. If there's anything that I did not cover, you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and check out the rest of my videos. And please stay tuned for the Henry Cam, because we all know that Henry's a ham and he loves the cam. I know. Hi, Henry. Did you just wake up from your nap? Oh, you still have sleepy face. Are you going to fall asleep? If I let you, right? If I go away and just leave you alone for a minute? You're going to fall asleep, aren't you? All right, I'm going to let you go back to sleep and finish your nap. Say goodbye.